Hello my friends, my name is Irvin, also known as Kobuman. Welcome to Desktop Support Training Medley. This video serves as a training for someone who wants to do desktop support. So what I've taken is two of my very popular videos and created 18 various problems and solutions scenario for you to learn or test your desktop support skills. If you find that you can answer or deal with any of these issues on your own, well, congratulations, you are ready to apply for desktop support. If you like this video, please share it or like it. I really appreciate it, and I wish you best of luck. Have a nice day. Welcome to Top 10 Desktop PC Issues and Problems. In this video, we will talk about top 10 desktop PC issues and how to resolve them. Of course, there are multiple ways to resolve any computer issues, and the ones presented here provide an example of that. If you know a better solution, please leave me a comment. I would love to learn about other possible solutions for any of these issues. If you are interested in additional educational material, my channel youtube.com/kobuman has over 300 videos that you can enjoy. Additionally, if you'd like to support me, you can do so through patreon.com/kobuman, link in description below. Number 1. Blue screen of death. Cause. Typically caused by driver or hardware conflict. Solution. Take a look at the dump file to figure out exactly what the cause of the error is. Alternatively, update hardware drivers or consider the situation in which blue screen of death happened. For example, you've installed new hardware or software. Also, you might want to run hardware diagnostics. Number 2. Missing DLL files. Cause. Typically caused by incomplete software installation. Solution. Reinstall software, find the missing DLL, and copy it to System32 and or syswow6432 folder. Register DLL if needed through command prompt. Example, regsvr32 space and then the name of the DLL. Number 3. Software or application will not install. Cause. Not enough drive space. Newer version already installed. You didn't install prerequisite software. For example, VC Reddist x64, MS.NET, or DirectX. Or not compatible with the operating system. Solution. Free up space on hard drive. Look for previous installation of newer software. Install all prerequisites. Acquire compatible OS. Number 4. Software or OS is running slow. Cause. Lack of resources, such as RAM, CPU, or hard drive. Virus or malware infection. Missing updates. Solution. Open Task Manager and look for RAM or virtual memory allocation. Any applications use all of the RAM? Adjust virtual memory if necessary. Check CPU usage levels. Check your hard drive space. Through Task Manager, check the system processes and look for sketchy names using a lot of CPU or RAM. Virus can have similar name to common Windows components. Perform full system scan for viruses. If you have a virus that you can't remove, consider OS reimage or reinstall. Install all updates for your computer. Let them finish reboot. Updates can take up resources and time. As a side note, you can also upgrade to an SSD storage for a huge boost in OS performance. Link in description below. Number 5. Computer restarting multiple times. Cause: software or Windows updates, or a virus. Solution: let the Windows updates finish. Windows updates alone can restart the computer many times and take a long time. Run virus scan. Number 6. Suddenly, applications or computer behaving abnormally. For example, software keeps crashing, missing files, or runs slow. Cause: virus infection or hard drive going bad. Solution: run virus scan. Check Windows system logs for NTFS system errors or other hard drive related logs. Replace hard drive if necessary. Number 7. Internet or website issue. Error: 404 page not found. Cause: page is missing or deleted. Wrong website link, or website is down. Solution: if specific page is missing, search the website for desired content. Double-check the website link because it may have been changed. If all pages are 404, contact website owner. Number 8. Computer is running hot, overheating. Cause: poor airflow, not enough system fans. Dust or dirt accumulation. CPU fan not working. CPU heatsink is loose. Power supply unit fan is not working. Computer case is open. Overclocking. Room or ambient temperature is too high. Solution: add system case fans. Clean your computer from dust. If CPU fan is not working, replace it. If CPU heatsink is loose, attach it. If power supply unit fan is not working, replace power supply. Close the computer case. Stop overclocking. Lower room temperature or move the computer. Number 9. Low memory RAM or hard drive storage. Cause: too many programs open, such as games, video editing software, large Excel spreadsheets, and etc. See Task Manager. Hard drive storage too small. Solution: close applications that use too much RAM and only use one at a time. Perform this cleanup to free up space. This should remove recycle bin, download folder, cache data, temp files, old operating system restore points. Alternatively, you can purchase more RAM or add a second hard drive. Link in description. Number 10. Very slow internet. Cause: too many downloads at the same time. Too many computers sharing internet connection. Bad Wi-Fi signal. Virus or malware infection. Solution: limit downloads. If too many people are sharing internet, you can limit or set max speed in router for even distribution of bandwidth. Check Wi-Fi signal distance and adjust in router. Check PC for virus or malware infection. Reset router. Call internet provider.
Question number 1. When using a remote desktop, you come to realize that the remote computer is not reachable by using a hostname. What would be the troubleshooting steps to take in order to resolve this issue? Keep in mind that the remote computer is turned on and on the same physical network. First, I would check to see if the remote computer's hostname is part of the same domain. Also would check to see if the remote computer is enabled within the domain if it has been added. Second, I would try to ping the computer by using the hostname. If an error comes up, it would determine my next step. For example, if message is cannot resolve hostname, I would try pinging the computer using its IP address. Third, I would check for possible DNS issues if computer is reachable with IP address. If using IP address, I can connect to the remote computer or use remote desktop session, it could indicate a replication issue of the DNS server. Lastly, if I have physical access to the computer, I would check the DHCP settings or look at possible hardware issues or LAN connection issues. However, this is unlikely if computer is reachable by IP address or if it has been part of the network for some time. Question number 2. A user has transferred to another department within company, and their local profile is missing many files and desktop icons. What do you think the issue could be? First, I would ask the users if they move to another computer, which could mean that their files are stored at another machine. It could also mean that the new computer does not have the same software installed and icons for those would not be present. Second, if user has not moved to another machine, I would check the Active Directory if any GPO or domain profile restrictions for user's new department are affecting the ability to create, view, or edit files, which could also be the reason for not seeing certain desktop icons. Third, user may have received a new domain login ID which inherently does not have access to previously used local profile which has the old login ID attached to it. Lastly, if any of the situations described apply, I would act accordingly to resolve the issue. If users' files are located somewhere else, and if permitted by the company's policy, I would transfer them back to user. Same goes for any software that is missing. Question number 3. Your office receives a new printer, and now it needs to be configured for everyday use by a specific department in your building. How would you go about installing this printer in direct IP printing setup? First, I would unpack the printer and make sure that it has all parts and cables. Then I would connect and plug in the printer into power and network port available at designated location. Second, I would make sure that this new printer has a static IP address assigned to it and acquire a driver package for a specific model of the printer, unless the printer is set up to push the driver automatically and upon request. Typically, printer would push the driver. Third, Active Directory needs to know of the printer added to the domain, and this can be done by assigning a printer hostname and adjusting GPO settings that allows the users of that department to use that printer. If driver has to be pushed separately, this can be configured as well. Lastly, I would notify the users of the new printer and its IP address and assist accordingly. Question number 4. What is the best way to install OS on 100 computers manually, meaning you don't have an option to boot over the network or any automated systems available? First, I would make sure that all computers are connected to the network and turned on. Of course, if these are new computers and I have an option to image them before deploying, I would try to keep them in the same area for easy access. Second, I would acquire host names for each machine so they can be added to domain. This can be assigned through Active Directory. Third, because booting over the network does not work, I would create multiple OS install media to use, for example CD or USBs. Afterwards, I would manually boot to inserted media and execute OS imaging process. Lastly, upon image completion, I would ensure that each computer has a hostname attached and is added to domain or workgroup. In addition, I would install any software required per department, templates, or requests. Let's just pause for a few seconds here. As you may have noticed, all of these questions require you to explain your way of doing things. I also have top 20 desktop support questions and answers that talk about specific technical aspects of the interview. Link in the video description below. Question number 5. From a desktop support point of view, how would you deal with user migration to a new domain? How would you deal with users affected by this change? First, I would make sure that users and their management is aware that this change is coming and how it will affect them. Second, I would choose a few machines to be converted ahead of time for testing purposes. This can be communicated with the network team. Third, I would reach out to department managers to coordinate the switch so that the production impact is minimized. This would involve application and website access testing on the new domain before converting everyone else. Lastly, once all testing on a new domain is successful, a green light would be given to convert all other host machines to the new domain. Question number 6. The entire building is switching over to the gigabit network and you are to assist with this process. How would you handle this project? First, I would work with the network team to decide on the new IP network ranges and make sure that certain machines receive static IP addresses. Second, if any network cables need to be upgraded, it would be coordinated with members of desktop support and the network team. For example, Cat5e is a minimum cable rating for gigabit speeds. Third, if any changes affect printers and other static devices such as servers, this has to be communicated to users and make appropriate changes to each machine. Lastly, the most important thing would be the testing part before deployment, because there is a chance that certain applications require firewall exceptions for their IP or our range of IP addresses. Question number 7. One day you come into work and find that major systems are down. However, you also see that ticketing system has 50 plus unassigned or unworked tickets. How would you prioritize and how would you go about dealing with both problems? First, I would ask which systems are down and how many users are impacted. This will determine which issue to work on first. Tickets would be the last priority. Second, if multiple system issues are related, then I would handle this issue on my own if possible. If issues are not related, in that case, I would recruit help from coworkers and possibly assign individually if manager is not present. Third, I would proceed to troubleshoot the issue and get as much information as possible before reaching out to any other support groups that manage specific aspects of systems affected. In this case, support team is essential to resolve major issues that are not at immediate access to myself or desktop support team. Lastly, once issues with major systems are resolved and the bulk of users are back to work, then I would concentrate on resolving tickets unassigned. Of course, it goes without saying that during crisis issue, all of the management would be notified of progress and solution, and lastly, the root cause. Question number 8. Explain a situation in which you had to deal with difficult problem and how you went about resolving it. First, an example in which I had difficulty resolving happened all the time, and this is due to not having immediate access to systems involved. Anytime I had to deal with a server, network, or website issue that I don't have access to, I would have to involve other groups or members of IT team to assist. Second, a more specific example would be a web-based systems application stopped functioning, which affected 500 plus users. And since I don't have access to the application server, the support team for that application was immediately contacted because the issue was affecting multiple users, which means the issue is not local due to that fact. Of course, the first thing I would look at is the error information that would provide clues to what the issue may be. Third, I would gather all information related to the system outage, which would typically include number of users, specific errors, example computer IP addresses affected, time the issue occurred, and also test to see if issue persists using alternative methods. To make sure that this issue is resolved as fast as possible, this information is crucial. Upon having this information available, appropriate support teams would be contacted. Lastly, I would work with the support team and users affected to help resolve the issue by providing feedback and testing as required. In the meantime, it is also important that management is aware of the situation and receives regular updates on the matter. This includes IT and users management.
If you appreciate this video, please leave a like or share this video. Thank you so much, and I wish you best of luck, my friends.